Van, there was a question specifically for you about your sense of the national perception of this market.
You know, it's interesting. First, in terms of competitiveness, I would say that your greatest ally is just across the state line. You have a really good business climate, and the state is recognized as being a state that is pro-business. And so that, you know, that's great for you. The problem is to localize that, to understand that the place to do business in this state is the Reno-Sparks area. And Chuck and his folks, I can tell you that I know them, and they're well known around the country, and they're doing a great job. And last year, this last year, we had our International Economic Development Council meeting here, and that brought a lot of economic developers in there. Now, they're all competitors, but realize that they are all working. What you're doing is raising the awareness in that whole community. And since quite often referrals are an important part of that business, that's an important thing to have happen. Flying in here, sitting next to me on the airplane this morning, I was lucky enough to get an upgrade, and I was sitting there in first class. And the guy sitting beside me is one of the people that built the two largest ethanol plants back in around 2004, 2005 in the United States. And he has a home at Tahoe, and he was coming in up there, and he's from Dallas, Texas, and he was coming out literally for the weekend just to enjoy a little downtime. Now, he was smart enough to sell his company in 2007 at the peak of the ethanol, so he's a one-man hedge fund. But we were talking, and I looked out the window, and we flew over Tahoe Reno Industrial Center. And I said, wow, look down there, that's the Tahoe Reno Industrial Center. He said, what's that? I said, well, it's the largest, probably the largest industrial park in the United States, and maybe one of the largest in the world. He said, in Reno? I said, yeah, in Reno. And so we talked a little bit about its history and what's been going on out there. You know, you just got to tell your story, and you just have to tell it over and over and over again, and you've got to know what your theme is, you've got to know what your story is, you've got to get it out there. It was interesting to me that quite often I would have people ask about Kingman, Arizona more often than I would have them ask about Reno as a place to get outside of California but serve California markets. Now, this is in a past life, of course, but I have to tell you, has anybody here ever been to Kingman? Yeah, well, you know what I'm talking about. I don't want to down a city, but you know, basically, you have a whole lot more going for you here. Let's put it that way. So
you
it's
describe it
a
as a hellhole. You would describe it as a hellhole. I'm just kidding.
We go through there, and it's a great place to do business. That's all.